Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Noah back again with another video. And in this one, I wanted to kind of post this video for a while, but I was kind of hesitant to do it just because it's, me, I know it might offend some people who might watch this video, and I've really thought about it because I don't really want to offend people, but at the same time, my intuition's been really telling me to just post this video, even though it's been I've been planning on doing this video for a month now. But yeah, I just haven't really, I guess, yeah, part of the reason is I don't really want to offend people. But at the same time, I didn't really have a lot of notes for it either. But I came a little bit prepared. I wrote some notes down here. But yeah, I think it's my job to speak my truth, whether it's gonna, offend people or not. This is how I see the world, and this is, my opinion. And if it offends people, oh well, but at the end of the day, I'm doing the world a justice. And I know that this video will bring light to a lot of people, and that's my ultimate goal, So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna be talking about the 2020 shift that's happening on the planet right now, and that'll continue to happen, and stuff that I've seen a lot with this whole I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about the shift that's happening. It's the shift in consciousness. Pretty much a lot of people are starting to wake up to the fact that we are a lot more than human beings, that we are actually eternal spiritual beings living a temporary human experience. And yeah, I think it's my job as an empath, and I think I'm gonna do another video on empaths, but I feel it's our job to speak our truth, and like I said before, it's gonna be a really hard video for me to do, but I think I have to do it, and my intuition's been really telling me that I need to post it because yeah, it's just something that's just been on my mind for a while. And yeah, with that being said, 2020 is going to be the year where a lot of people are going to start, questioning what's right and wrong for them, right? What do I mean by that? Well, as a human collective, we are shifting into the age of Aquarius. I'm not too knowledgeable on this, but we were in the age of Pisces. We're shifting towards the age of Aquarius now, which is the information age, where a lot of truth is going to be shown to us, and we are going to really question our beliefs. And a lot of the beliefs that we have been sprung onto us as little kids, and so we didn't know, for example, our parents or family or friends, or someone might have said oh, you're kind of boring, or you're ugly, or you're awkward. And maybe it's not friends or family, maybe it's just people at school or wherever, somebody told you that you're ugly or you're awkward, and it kind of just stuck with you, and that's who you identify yourself as, because that's the story that you tell yourself, And I think it's important to I believe personally that we create our own realities through that. I believe that it's important to, talk ourselves up and talk kind things to ourselves. But anyways, I think I was going off topic. Basically, these beliefs that were given to us aren't ours, and we've been trapped by them, you know, through somebody else. And so I think it's important for us to realize that they're not our beliefs, and anything that we do believe actually, you know, it manifests most of the time. But like I want to just, you know, say like these beliefs, they're not gonna hold true to a lot of people, and a lot of people are gonna start to see the truth about the whole world, and we're gonna start to realize that, you know, we're not really used to, like, humans aren't really made for 9-to-5 jobs. You know, it's mostly, and I'm kind of being a hypocrite here because I'm about to go back to work, but a lot of us are, you know, we think that it's that we need like the 9-to-5, and you know, we say this and then we go to the 9-to-5 and then they tell us something that we don't want to, you know, hear. Like, say they have us do extra work or hold us a little bit after the the time we're supposed to be cut, you know what I mean? And these things really just impact us and get under our skins. And for me, you know, I'm a cashier, so I talk to a lot of people daily. And, you know, I live in a pretty populated area, and there's a lot of negative energy around where I live. But, you know, besides that fact, it's when you take on a lot of that energy, then it drains you, and it's not very beneficial for like your health, you know what I mean? There are ways that you can replenish your energy. I'll make another video on that too, but yeah, it's just, we're not made for 9-to-5s, and you know, it's slavery in a way, you know. It's slavery in a way in the fact that we don't really have control over what we do, you know, we're being told what to do. And yeah, we're getting paid, you know what I mean, but compared to the work that we're doing, it's not, you know, it's not justifiable in my opinion. I think that we are all born free, and I think that, you know, we're all free beings, and we choose to be able to, we have the ability to be able to do a lot of what we want, you know. Yeah, sorry, I wrote a lot of notes here, so I'm trying to just like, I want to make sure that I go over everything for you guys. Yeah, like a lot of people are going to, like this year, a lot of people are going to start having visions for themselves, meaning, you know, starting that online business, or starting to, you know, speak their truth, whether it's on social media, you know, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, you know, and we're going to start having visions for ourselves, and those visions are going to manifest into success, you know, if we keep putting our minds to it and we work, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, it's not like a lot of us have problems like letting go of a lot of things that we don't really need, and I think we're gonna start to open our eyes to that, you know. And like part of this shift is going to be people starting to wake up to not only who they are as eternal spiritual beings, but we're going to be able to realize that we're all, because of the fact that we are eternal spiritual beings, we are all interconnected, meaning that, you know, you, me, and Donald Trump are related, you know, not by blood, but through being, you know, one consciousness, you know, meaning that we're all living on this planet together. Which is why I believe that, you know, things like organized religion and, you know, politics and things of that nature won't really hold that much value in the future, simply because, you know, religion, there's so many different religions, right? Meaning that it's more of a separation type thing. And, you know, us being able to realize that we're all one consciousness, you know, religion doesn't really hold that much value, you know. Same with politics, you know, Democrat, Republican. I know a lot of you you know, think, and this was me as well, you know, I identified myself as a democratic liberal. And, you know, just through me saying that, the other side, they didn't have much value to me, you know what I mean? And I think it's important for us to say, hold on a second, you know, these are human beings as well, and we are all part of the same planet, you know. And you know, it's hard for me to come out here and say that because, you know, I have people in my family who believe in politics. But, you know, this is my opinion, like I said, and I feel like it's my duty to speak my truth, and this is what I truly believe. So, yeah. So, me being a Democratic, like I was saying, me being a Democrat, I guess, it would make me think of Republicans as like a certain way just because they were Republican and they were on the other side, you know. And yes, it's true that we have different beliefs, but those beliefs aren't who we are. You know what I mean? We can still get along and we can still have friendships with people who have different beliefs than us, you know, because at the end of the day, we are all one consciousness. And which is why I don't believe that countries will hold a lot of value as well. You know, all countries are separating each other with borders. You know what I mean? It's like the opposite of our human nature. You know, when we first came here, there was no such thing as countries. And we were all just, you know, living with ourselves and being in peace with ourselves. And yeah, and I think that the world will slowly start to turn back to that, fortunately. And I think ultimately, you know, we have the choice, you know, we have to start taking our powers back. And we have to start realizing, like, I have a voice, you know, I'm important in terms of the universe, and I hold value. I hold a lot of value just in your truth, you know. With that being said, you know, a lot of people have already started to like wake up. You know, my little brother, for example, he started reading Eckhart Tolle, and he's experienced a shift in consciousness just through that, you know. And I'm sure doing through his own personal work, you know, but yeah, he started reading Eckhart Tolle and his consciousness kind of shift, you know, it kind of shifted. And, you know, I went vegan like last October, pretty much. That's kind of when I had my spiritual awakening. I think it was October or like late September or something like that. And I started going vegan shortly after. And because I felt like that was the ultimate choice for my body, and it made me feel like really good, light on my feet, you know what I mean? So, and, you know, that lasted about a month, and up until like a little after Thanksgiving, I started, you know, eating meat. Not occasionally, it would be very rarely. It would only be like when my mom was cooking like this like taco soup that she usually makes. Other than that, I wasn't really eating meat at all. I was more vegetarian. But now my family is vegan, and we have all realized that, you know, that the government helps fund these, you know, dairy companies and these meat companies that are literally, you know, taking babies away from their mothers just to produce milk and then being sent to slaughterhouses, you know. And when our family started to realize that, we wanted to go vegan, you know, and then I watched the documentary What the Health, and that kind of really opened my eyes. But anyway, so yeah, just the ultimate shift that's happening on the planet right now. It's already happening, and you know, my family is vegan, which is like huge, you know what I mean? I'm very grateful for that. My older sister makes amazing food, makes amazing vegan food, and I'm just so appreciative of her. And my mom, you know, being willing to make that choice with us. And it was just very, it was very, I was just very appreciative of it. Let's see what else I got. Yeah. So I was talking about how, yeah, I guess this is the most important part for, this is the most important part that I want to get at. You know, I'm sorry, it's pretty early. I kind of woke up a little bit ago, but let's see. Yeah, I don't know why I had to look over, but yeah, we'll start to realize through this shift that, you know, that the whole world outside, you know, everything that we see on TV, social media, that's all an illusion. You know, the true world exists within ourselves. And what do I mean by that? You know, when we go within and we, you know, meditate and we're just by ourselves, we learn a lot about ourselves, and that's how we are able to create a vision for what we want to do in life and our careers. And I feel like a lot of people are going to start going towards that. And it's going to be like, people are going to start to see the world as, you know, as a Maya or the illusion. You know, you could say the Matrix as well, but I kind of don't like saying that word because it's like, it's kind of like overused, I guess, and it's, I guess, controversial in a way. But yeah, like the Matrix, you know, everything that exists outside of this, outside of our reality, you know, it's not valid. And I feel like people are gonna, a lot of people are gonna start to realize that, you know, like what's happening with this coronavirus. A lot of people are starting to speak their mind on what they think. You know, I did an Instagram story a couple days ago saying that there were these two doctors who found out that, you know, the deaths that are being caused in New York, you know, that's just one state out of the whole country, but in New York, the chances of you actually catching the coronavirus and like dying from it is less severe than you catching it and dying from the flu. That was pretty much just some of it, you know? And I think that, you know, the government, shout out to Ralph Smart, but he said that the government governs our mental, you know what I mean? These are the people who are, you know, and I'm not saying I know a lot about the government. I don't, to be honest, but just through this whole thing, it's, you know, it's obvious for me to see that, you know, that the news is just, you know, they try to instill fear into you, and fear is the lowest vibration, you know, love is the highest. And if we tune out the TV, you know, and we stop, you know, paying attention to these news outlets that are creating fear, instilling fear into us, you know, that it'll be a lot better for us, our mental health, and yeah, just our overall well-being, you know. And I think one thing I want to leave like on this note is us as human beings, you know, and if you're watching this, you know, us as empaths, it's our job to speak our truth, you know, and that's something that I've had to realize. And it's been hard for me, you know what I mean? Because I don't like upsetting people. And I don't like, you know, yeah, I just don't like upsetting people and stuff like that. But I also have realized that I need to speak my truth, you know? And through this, I feel like I can speak my truth the best, even if a couple people see it, you know what I mean? But yeah, and I think it's our job as humans to really take our power back and to realize how much value that we have in ourselves, and just realize that, you know, our voice is important, you know. It only takes one person to change the world, you know what I mean? and that person is you. You know, that person is me. You know what I mean? And I just think it's important to just realize and to just take our power back, and to not externalize our power to the TV screen, you know, or the news, or, you know, whatever we're doing, you know. And yeah, with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video primarily. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I love each and every one of you. Thanks again. Yeah, I love you guys. Peace out.